In tonight's video, we are just a few short hours away from the internet takeover of the UN and essentially the US government giving up any rights to the internet. And you can see here, internet handover is go, go, go. ICANN to take IANA from US government. I assume at this point, the 4 states that were suing to postpone this have failed. And as it stands now, and nobody's covering this in mainstream media, of course, going to look right here at 12:01 a.m. Washington, D.C. time. The U.S. government will walk away from the IANA contract, which is defined how the internet has grown and been structured for nearly 20 years, and hand it over to nonprofit organization ICANN. So what the acronym is, Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. So basically gives out domain names, number resources, protocol assignments. So say, for instance, whatever .com, friendly names, whatever you want to call it, walmart.com or anything. Not that that's a friendly name, but just well-known names. And the problem with that is that this international body can just shut it down at a moment's notice. So we're going to go through a list. There's a video that has a great list that really breaks it down. But this is the global community, ICANN. It's a not-for-profit public benefit corporation. That's sort of an oxymoron right there, where participants from all over the world dedicated to keeping the internet secure, stable, and interoperable. So they judge what is secure, what is stable, and what is interoperable. So it promotes competition. That sounds like another oxymoron. It develops policy, there you go, on the internet's unique identifiers through its coordination role of the internet's naming system. It does have an important impact, no kidding, on the expansion and evolution of the internet. So what essentially they're trying to do is say, oh, we're going to take care of everything. We're going to protect everybody. It's not just the U.S.'s internet. It's the world's internet, the new world's internet, new world order. Yeah. So anyway, this is a very good video. It's about 22 minutes long, but right here it breaks it down. It talks about some of the history after it was revealed that the NSA was spying on foreign leaders in 2014. The Obama administration suddenly announced plans to shift control of the Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers, that's ICANN, from the U.S. to a multilateral body. So we're going to skip down to the critics part. Critics point out that transferring control of domain names to a body like the UN's International Telecommunications Union, ITU, could leave nations like Russia, China, and even Iran in charge of the world's most important free speech medium. So the countries, not as much so as this New World Order, the United Nations, and the world government that they're trying to create, can pretty much censor the internet. So this last part here, U.S. control of domain names has helped to guarantee freedom of speech and commerce across the internet. Commerce is very interesting because obviously there's probably going to be a tax across the entire internet on anything you buy or any kind of transaction, which will be monitored, of course, too. I see this too, just as pure speculation. There's been things in the Bible about number of the beast or mark of the beast. And in this thing where you cannot commit any kind of commerce, you can't make transactions across the internet anywhere in the world without the approval of this new world internet, could technically be the beginning or a symptom of the mark of the beast, or a small part of that, if that's what you believe. And I am a believer, but this is really eerie, or comparably eerie to what I've read in the Bible about the book of Revelation. So it's pretty crazy. So reading the last part, sometimes in opposition to countries like China and Iran to suppress internet traffic and content, and they've been known to do that. So there's a quote from John Bolton here that's pretty telling. Not that it'll make any difference at this point. We are only a couple hours away, really, from it happening. So it's going to happen. So his quote is, "What we've gotten out of the internet under the shelter of a private American organization that contracts with the Commerce Department is one of the few cases that I can think of in our history where we've had that kind of government involvement without regulation and interference. But because it's entirely U.S. government proposition with U.S. people involved, the internet has been free and open. If, as the administration wants to do, it's transferred to an international body, I will predict right here, within 10 years, I don't even know if it's going to be that long, it will come under the control of the United Nations. And the internet, as we know it, will end because there are governments around the world that are already doing everything they can to prevent a free and open internet in their countries, and it will extend to ours in due course. Bolton called the internet takeover a mistake of such colossal proportions that you would have thought that we would have a huge debate about it in this country, yet the mainstream media has not covered it. As a matter of fact, I've seen arguments from a lot of places and a lot of outlets saying that people are stupid to even really argue with this or fight this or be scared at all about this. And I really do think that they're going to shut anybody down that doesn't agree with them, and they're not going to let you transact or provide or involve yourself in commerce. So once again, just a side note, a side theory I'll do more research on about this mark of the beast. Could this be it? Could the ability or the blockage of the ability to do commerce make something like this a reality? So and someone made this very well could be the logo in the coming years anyway. So they might not call it the New World Order, but why not at this point? They've put everything else out there and nobody stopped them. So it's pretty crazy stuff. And like I said, 12:01 tonight, it all starts. And once again, another step to really block any kind of free speech. Do we really even have it now? Or is it just the illusion of free speech? And now they're officially going to tell us that we don't have it. Who knows? Please leave your comment below. Please give your opinion. All comments, whether you agree or disagree, are welcome. I try to answer each and every comment as quickly as possible. It may take a little bit of time, so please be patient. Like and share this video. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And most of all, God bless you and try to have a good night.